was sort of hiding behind an offshore entity. The corporate governance of the entity was violated. They held U.S. securities. I think these are the three main criteria to qualify for the fraud standard.
How are those entities targeted? I mean, how were they ever investigated? I mean, we obviously didn't know their name, so obviously Swiss authority has opened up some kind of investigation for those 238 accounts?
Yes, Senator, there was a group request by the IRS. It went to the Swiss Financial Tax Administration. They forwarded it then to us at Credit Suisse. We had to identify all these accounts that qualified pursuant to these different criteria. We sent them in to the Swiss Federal Tax Administration. It was a somewhat larger group than 238. They then decided which one in their views would qualify. They were then forwarded on to the IRS by the Swiss Federal Tax Administration. Some appealed this decision, and those cases were then decided by the Swiss Federal Administrative Court.
Okay. I think, Mr. Meister, I think you mentioned that some clients and some Swiss bankers were involved in some of these fraudulent transactions. I think that was basically your testimony. I would just kind of like to review in general how important the Swiss banking sector is to Switzerland's economy. The numbers I have is the Swiss economy is somewhere between $600 and $700 billion. Is that correct? Anybody know? Those figures I have.
Maybe I'm.
Yeah, it sounds right. I don't think we couldn't contradict it.
Yeah. I'm seeing the banking sector somewhere between 6 and 12% of that. So. Somewhere in the $40 to $75 billion range.
Sounds about right.
That's
now when they reported that GDP, is that the profitability of the Swiss banking sector? Obviously, total assets under management are much higher than that.
So yeah, that would be. Yeah, I would think that would be profitability. Yes.
Why would, let's say, a U.S. investor invest into a Swiss bank? What are their motivations?
to invest as an investor. You ask me as a